Going on, my nut asses? Alright, that's a terrible intro. My name is Curryshot. I'm a multi-season top 500 player peaking at around top 100. And in today's video, we have a Ana at around silver/gold. We don't exactly know because they're doing their placements. But in today's video, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to do a TLDR sort of VOD review focusing on positioning, sleep dart usage, callouts, and high ground. I want to focus on 4 major concepts because I think it's better to stick to something more precise so that you can apply it to your gameplay and it will really improve your gameplay. So instead of focusing on micro mishaps, mechanical misplay, let's get right into it. So first things first, we want to go ahead and talk about decision making, judgment. So right here, you know, this Ana's team, it just basically all dies. So instead of trying to fight it out here, you have to realize, well, I'm with a Mercy/Ana. So we're not going to take this entire point back 2v6. So we want to go ahead and give this up. So right here, the best thing to do is start to go to Saloon. Now, Saloon is the second elevator on the left. It's not the first one right here on the right, outside of the spawn. So we'll go ahead and rewind it a little bit so you guys can see it. So this is called Saloon. Here's the elevator. You want to take this elevator because as soon as you cap the point, the teams have a usual habit of running to the spawn, right? Which is a correct play. And try to deny the high ground from there. You want to go on here because one, they won't have line of sight of you as soon as this door opens over here, and they won't go up around here and, you know, try to get it up there. The closest thing is the bank elevator, and they will try to go to that side. Also, it's important to look at their team composition, as you will notice that they only have Pharah that can realistically kill you. But at that range of, I'd call this, I don't know, 80 meters, it's very, very common that an Ana will win that matchup at that distance because of Pharah projectile speed and because just the general distance, since Ana does not have damage fall off, and the scope advantage that you have, it being hit scan projectile. Okay, so let's talk about an example of like an example of abusing high ground angles. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and skip this part right here. We already lost point, so I want to talk about how in this VOD specifically, our Ana could just position on the high ground and avoid so many abilities and just be completely uncontested, since their Pharah does switch to Reaper, meaning that they don't really have anything to go ahead and take control of high ground. So we're gonna go ahead and skip to around 7:30 of the VOD. So here we go, 1 sec. So as you can see, they have a Reaper now. Now, if we were actually positioned on Saloon here, like at the very beginning, there's like nothing that can get to our Ana, and basically they only have one angle that they're really looking at right now. So this doesn't put them at a disadvantage on the defense, because they are looking at literally everybody right now, and if they, let's say, land a big earth shatter, as you will see they do in the later instances, or they just get a lucky pick, they're all looking in one direction here. Haha, one direction, bad name. No, but seriously, they're only looking at one direction right here. Okay, so the ability to abuse these angles is pretty huge, and it's part of the streets phase here in Hollywood that makes it so hard if, again, the enemy team can control high ground, especially at the higher ratings. Like, holy shit, you guys have no idea. It's impossible to take if you have heroes that can control high ground because of how hard like the higher rated players do abuse this, and it's a pain in the ass when, you know, you have to switch to Diva, Winston, Genji, Widowmaker, you know, shit like that to actually win this point. And it's why Widowmaker, in my opinion, is really good on this point. But I digress. I keep talking about things that I guess only affect the higher player base, and I should really try to focus. Okay, so example of high ground angles. So now think about the payload. All right, we're going to be talking about specifically the payload and how it affects the opponent's line of sight. The opponent's line of sight always moves with the payload. So whatever the payload is focusing, like whenever it's whatever it's angled to, the opponent will be looking at. So right now it's angled here, so they are looking at everything on the ground right here in front of the payload. they're all might be positioned right here. That's all they're looking at. When you're up here, they have to consciously make the decision of whether to look at you or to go ahead and hit everything that's in front of them. Now, if they can't get you off high ground, you get so much ult charge just by bullying Reinhardt. You'll be able to 3-tap maybe even Ana. There's just so many things that you can do. You have a better efficiency in terms of healing because you have an aerial view. What an aerial view does is it prevents body blocking, right? So since it prevents body blocking, this means that Roadhog right here, Reinhardt right here, whoever else is in front of you, it's very, very common that you'll see body blocking happening, and it affects Ana's rate of healing immensely. So having an aerial view or a perpendicular view, like I've done in my past videos, shows you how to maximize your rate of healing. So it's very important to take high ground for two aspects. One, if they don't have anything to take control of it and to knock you off, you can abuse it. And two, it is better for your rate of healing. And Ana's a healer, of course. So trust me, your team will not die. It's very, very hard if you have the optimal rate of healing positioning, okay?
Nice.
So let's talk about the next thing. So let's go ahead and actually I want to go ahead and emphasize this point a little bit more because I feel like right here it's a better example actually. So I'm going to pause it right here. Actually, this is so much better. I don't know why I didn't do this first. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So right now the payload is right under here, right? Now think about if the opponent was looking here. So that's all they're looking at right now because the payload is positioned here. Sure, they can go from alley and then they're looking up here to this side. Sorry, this side. Let me go ahead and redo that. So right here to this side, that's where the opponent's looking, right? They have to, again, make the decision to go ahead and look up to this angle to really go ahead and contest you. And you'll be pummeling on their Reinhardt if they're, again, under here or even in alley. It's okay ways. It's much better here if you're under here because they can't look straight up. Like if Reinhardt can't block damage straight up. So you have a free milk cow, like you can milk the cow here, okay? And just farm your ult off of him. It's just very simple. Like it's just optimal to stand up there and be able to freely do whatever you want with your soldier who is your duo Q, or even alone as Ana, since nothing can really kill you up there since they don't have any heroes to challenge verticality. This is a much better example. I like this one better. So right up here. Yep. Alright. Next point. So we're going to be talking about sleep dart usage. I'm going to be talking about this mostly on attack. So we're going to go ahead and focus on attack here. The reason I want to focus on attack is I want to show you guys the difference between a good Ana and a Ana that's not fully taking advantage of her kit. So Ana, what makes her really special is not only her insane rate of healing, but she also can serve like as a pick champion. She can make picks with her sleep dart, right? And the way to go ahead and notice this is we're gonna go ahead and hold on, talk about where the Reinhardt is positioning. He's always in the front here, as you will notice. So that means he's really holding really close and out of position. So a way to abuse this, he does die a couple times, is right here. So the best time to use Ana sleep dart. This is something I always wanted to talk about because I don't really see anything out there, and I always see threads on Overwatch University, you know, asking, well, what do I do with, let's say, nano boosted Dragon Blade Genjis? How do I sleep these targets? I can get so much value out of my sleep dart, but I find it so hard to sleep the Genjis. The best time to use your sleep dart is if you know cooldowns, if you know self-suppresses. Now what I mean by self-suppress, I'm not going to use this exactly, the Reinhardt as an example, we'll go over this in a second right after I go over this because I feel it's really important, is that Genji, when he ultimates, he self-suppresses himself when he's doing the ulting animation. So that's the best time to sleep him, whenever as soon as you hear his voice line, because he's self-suppressing himself, either taking out his blade or when he's putting it away. The other way to really sleep a Genji, if you don't have line of sight of him while he's ulting, is to go ahead and get in line of sight. As stupid as this might sound, if you are a really good Ana, as you'll watch Ryu Jihong, I actually learned this trick from him when watching his VODs, is that He always goes in line of sight, and he'll just wait at the opportune moment. As soon as Genji starts to shift at him, he'll shoot his sleep dart. The reason is the hitbox is so fucky. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a fucking roadhog, okay? Like, it's so shitty. Sorry, Genji players, but it's so easy to sleep a shifting Genji who's shifting at you because of the hitbox. I implore you, just go watch a VOD of Ryu Hong versus Genji, sleeping Genjis. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I learned this trick just from watching VODs, so I really just do it. It's amazing. So these are the two ways to go ahead and sleep Genji: when he self-suppresses himself, or his shitty hitbox when he shifts to people, okay? As stupid as that sounds. Now the other way I'm going to be talking about how to punish this Reinhardt's positioning is to know the cooldown of Earth Shatter. Not Earth Shatter, sorry, Flame Strike. So Flame Strike has a 6-second cooldown, so you really have to predict and try to like know the cooldown of Reinhardt Flame Strike, sleep dart according to that. So as you'll notice, I don't believe they have a a Zarya, so it's very, very easy to go ahead and get this pick and to use your sleep dart in between his cooldowns. Usually the even higher rated Reinhardts, but the less experienced Reinhardts will always go ahead and flame strike off cooldown. So that's your window to go ahead and sleep dart him. So right here, when he's completely out of position, out of his healer's line of sight, remember there's this big ass wall right here. Unless Ana's positioned in lights room or security room, he's not getting heals. So it's very important to go ahead and sleep dart him in between cooldowns. And this goes again for, I mean, most heroes. I mean, even Roadhog hook. As soon as their Roadhog hooks, it's like you can pretend like a sleep dart is also a Zarya shield and use it defensively, meaning you can go ahead and use it for your dumbass teammate who gets hooked every single time and try to sleep the Roadhog who hooks him while he's in his hooking animation. There's so many usage for the sleep dart. I always see a lot of Anas just randomly throw it out and like YOLO, you know, hopefully they'll hit it. But you really have to think about your sleep dart usage. And I think these three things that I mentioned, obviously these are just 3 examples. So before you go, this is not tangible information, and you know, try to be a douchebag, it's actually 3 very good examples that you should go ahead and apply to your gameplay. Now that's it for this video. I focus on what I wanted to focus on. It's very, very short. Let me know what you think in the comments, and what else you would like to see in my videos. I was extremely specific in this game, so I mean, if you want more general tips, let me know. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Much love, guys. Oh wait, also check out my stream. I stream every single day. CLG Curry Shot TV. See you later.